As North Carolina Central University celebrates their homecoming, there is one graduate they can be especially proud of.
Yes, his name is Dr. Dudley Flood, and he received his bachelor's from Central in 1954. Well, today he is an educational trailblazer, a pioneer, if you will. 50 years ago, Dr. Flood was tapped to help school districts across the state and really across the country integrate. And I had a chance to sit down with him and chat about that daunting and, quite frankly, scary task.
They're supposed to do that.
The walls of his man cave, lined with plaques and accolades, could tell you the story.
I've got a few of these.
Or a simple glimpse at one of the many scrapbooks gives you a peek into the past.
When you reach a point where your vocation and your avocation are the same, it makes life pretty easy for you.
This is Dr. Dudley Flood. Many in North Carolina know his name, others may not. But something the now 90-year-old longtime educator did 50 years ago helped shape the state's future for generations to come.
I'm most proud of my work with the desegregation of the public schools in North Carolina.
In the late 1960s and early 70s, Dr. Flood was hired and tasked along with a white colleague to go from school district to school district across North Carolina to help those communities integrate.
It was such a natural fit for me because the tools that you need for that were natural tools to me. Number one, I don't hate anybody. I've seen some habits and practices I dislike, but not a human being.
But in many cases, hate is exactly what he came up against.
I really believed in what I was doing. It wasn't popular. I came to the department in 1969, and I had met very few people who thought you ought to desegregate schools, very few of any race.
One area in particular stands out. Rural Hyde County, the whites-only Hyde County Board of Education, had created a desegregation plan, but they did not involve anyone in the black community, and that led to boycotts, which became known as the Hyde County Movement.
And the interesting thing about it when we got involved was many people didn't know why they were boycotting, but they were doing it very successfully.
Those boycotts lasted for a year, and it was Dr. Flood's job, along with his colleague, to quell the conflict and find common ground. And really, it all started with a town hall meeting.
There were members of the Klan, there were members of the Rights of White People, there were Black Panthers, there were SCLC.
Were you afraid?
Yes, I was afraid. I wasn't afraid for me. I was afraid for what they would do one to the other because there had been contention.
But as fortune or luck would have it, Dr. Flood says a stop at the store before getting to Hyde County essentially changed the course of that meeting.
Saw this little paddle that has a rubber ball on the end of a piece of rubber. And I noticed a ridge around the thing, and one side was green, one side was red. So when we opened that meeting, I said, before we begin our discussion, tell me what color this ball is. He said, red. I said, no, it's green. Red, green. I said, before we get too argumentative, turn it around. Oh, on your side, yeah, on my side. Now what we can do is we can grant and rave. It's still going to be red on my side. It's still going to be green on you. But if you were willing to come around and see how it looks to me, and allow me to come around and see how it looks to you, we may get a conclusion that's useful to us.
And it worked then and for years to come and all over. Dr. Flood traveled the entire country to Canada and beyond, bringing people together. Dr. Flood's dedication to education is lifelong. In fact, there's a center named after him, the Dudley Flood Center for Educational Equity and Opportunity. And if that wasn't enough, at 90, he just turned 90 in September, wow, he's still very active. He's a member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, the same fraternity that I'm a part of. And when I tell you he's at every event, he is at every event, still very active in the community. Retired, yes. Slowing down, not at all.
What a huge part of important history right here.
I could have talked to him all day long.